Up early, watering plants, making tea, and watching the little sheep. Aren't they cool? They make my mornings so chic. Good morning. I'm back in bed. I made my cup of tea. It's early. Nobody's awake yet. So there's that. I decided to pick up this book because it's always intrigued me, and I had it put aside for novellas in November and it just didn't happen. This is about a man who moves back to Morocco after spending 40 years working in France, and he takes stock of his life and his retirement and his devotion to Islam and his children who are now assimilated into French culture. But he decides to spend his life savings and build the biggest house in the village and wait for his children to come and be with him. So this could potentially be really bloody sad. It's only a little guy, but the premise is really interesting to me. So let's hope that it fleshes out nicely, and then the writing's great. This author is from Morocco, and it is translated from French by Linda Coverdale. So there you go. I'm going to read it now and have my cup of tea, and then I need to get up and start the day, but I'm just going to ease into it. So I'm on page 12, and I've just spent the last 12 pages being told by the author that he's not a radical Muslim and that he's not racist to other cultures. It's like he was worried that people were going to open up a book about him being a Muslim, like the character being a Muslim, and have all of these prejudices. So he needed to go through each one and say that he was a moderate Muslim, and that he didn't believe in the flashy imams, and that he didn't believe in racism against Northern Africans, and that he didn't agree with the cutting off of hands of people who steal things in the Muslim culture, and the list goes on. And it was just this ramble of, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not a bad one. What the hell? You're like, oh, I don't know. But I found it so unnecessary. Like, come on. You know, I kind of found it just a bit sad that had to happen. But at the same time, like, it didn't. I'm cool. You can be a Muslim, and that's totally fine. Oh, that didn't start off well. So now that's already left a bit of a cranky taste in my mouth. I don't know whether to be cranky at the author or cranky at the world. That's where we're at. Hopefully we're getting to the good stuff. I want to know about this man and about his time in France and why he moves to Morocco. And I want to get to the juicy stuff, not the apologizing for being Muslim stuff. Because that's in my head, and normally I'd sit there and go, oh, I'm so frustrated by that with nobody to talk to. So glad you guys are here for Vlogmas. Every day. Are you totally going to get sick of me? I'd totally get sick of me. But today we're getting out of the house. So be prepared for an exciting adventure. No, we're going grocery shopping. Anyway, I got an hour until I have to get out of this bed. So I'm going to continue to read. Hopefully this book turns around. My fingers are crossed. Now I'm getting picky, but I don't know what this is called. Maybe someone can help me put a name to this, but this is just something that really annoys me. So we're being spoken to by someone telling us about Muhammad. So is that like a third person narrator kind of thing? And Muhammad does this, and Muhammad's children do this, and bada, 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 bada. And Muhammad's thoughts are in there because he talked to us all about the Islam thing and whatever, but it's all with the, like, we're being told about Muhammad, but then it's just switched to Muhammad telling us about himself. What is that? What's that called? Can you guys tell me? Because more clever than I am at reading, but you know what I mean? Like, now it's, I looked at myself in the mirror for a long time rather than Muhammad looked at himself in the mirror for a long time. Does that make sense? Anyway, whatever that is, that annoys me. Like, just stick to one. What's it called? Is it a perspective? I don't know. Is it? I don't know what it's called. Somebody help me out. Thanks. I'm annoyed by it. That's all. Oh dear. I'm not loving it. So I'm just going to put it down. I'm going to watch a booktube video and then I'm going to get up. I don't know why I don't love it. I don't love it because of those things. That start left a salty taste in my mouth. The flipping of the I's and the he's. Like it just happens from paragraph to paragraph. It jumps around all the time. That annoys me. And it's all just kind of, you know, he's talking about the loss of his culture by living in France and the loss of language and those sorts of things. But it's just really clunky. It's talking about his work and his retirement and his children not speaking the language. Like, there's lots of really important themes in there. It's just not, for me, the writing's just not gelling with me at all. It makes me sad because I was really looking forward to this. I think we'll see how my day goes as to whether I pick this up again. But I'm 37 pages in and reading another 37 pages of this doesn't appeal to me very much at the moment. Oh dear. It's not a good way to start the day. I wanted to open this up and say how amazing it was and spend the day reading this and giving you guys a cool book recommendation. But instead, I'm just whining. Welcome to the whiny vlog. I'm just going to watch one booktube video and then go start the day with the kids and all of the jobs that need to be done. I'll see you on the other side. I forgot about this bunting. So I'm going to iron it and take it inside and put it up. So we have some lovely red and white Christmas bunting. That'll be a nice start to the day. Okay, kids have gone to school and I'm now I'm at Source and I'm going to do the groceries and then I'm going to go home. But to do the groceries, I have to go to kind of 3 different places. So it's going to be a bit of a morning. That's what we do to make sure our family are fed nice and healthy, right? Okay. I'll get this done. I'll talk to you later on. You know the little things that make you happy? This basket full of good organic stuff with no plastic for my family makes me happy. It's a little bit more expensive, but I mean, you gotta pay for the good stuff, huh? We planted this garden, does everyone remember that? And the wind ruined it, didn't it, Patty? Patty's been giving it lots of love and horse manure and they're starting to sprout again. This one too?
This one is budding.
He's not. So, I finished work now. What a day, what a day, what a day. Can you tell? Like I'm all this. I need to like be like this. This will help. I needed basil for food for the week and they were selling basil plants. So I picked them up. So, Patty and I are going to plant them now. That will make me happy. Look, Bob. Oh, you just threw that poo at me. Just loosen the bottom of it. Loosen those roots at the bottom of it. It's the start of our beautiful little herb garden. Good work, Patty Cook. I want to put chilies over here and lettuce and spinach all the way through here. We'll get there. Okay, the work scale's gone, nearly, after that beautiful gardening session with my son. He's really into it at the moment. It's really exciting. And then I came in and I saw the book that I was reading this morning and that made me scale again. So, I don't want to read it. I opened it up. It was switching between that, you know, Muhammad said and then I said, and that just drove me nuts. Please let me know if that's a thing or just my little issue that I probably need to get over. Anyway. And then I looked at my TBR cart and I was like, boring. So then I thought, well, I might just randomly select some. I don't have one of those little TBR jar things. This is my UK sort of authors and this is my American authors and they're getting chocked up. So I need to clear a few of them out. So I'm going to randomly select something from the English authors and randomly select something from the American authors and then decide which one to read. Hopefully they're not both dodge. So I have this like random number thing, generator on the iPad. Go. 38. How do I count that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 38. 38. Adultery? Jeez. What the hell is this book about? What would you do? Oh, good Lord. This does not sound like happy. Oh, a young woman is brutally murdered? Oh, God. A compelling story of sex and consequences. Right. So she was murdered and she had been in the car with her lover who's married, and then Fielding, this guy obviously gets, becomes a suspect. Right, so then he's busted, basically. I don't really want to read about that. This might be a really easy choice. Let's do it for the American guys now. The number is 51. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 51. Miriam Toews. I've always wanted to read something from her because everybody raves about her. What's this book about? 16-year-old Naomi wants to hang out in New York City's East Village, except she's in Manitoba, a town with no train station. So her mother and sister have left home and she lives with her dad and she fights against the restraints of the town. What's it called? A Complicated Kindness. Okay. That could be interesting. Okay. It's a really easy pick because I do not want to read that book about that guy who gets busted. He shouldn't have been in that bloody car in the first place, I say. So that can go back on the shelf. I don't even know why it's on the shelf, actually. Rightio, this is the next book. Let me give it a go and I'll let you know what I think when I get into it. I'm kind of excited. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked this up for ages otherwise. Okay, let's do this. I just read the first page and it talked about, you know, this guy making lists of things he has to do for the next day. And then I thought, oh, dinner. So I've read a little bit, like 2 paragraphs, and I just completely forgot about making dinner. So I need to go and do that. Nothing's ever just straightforward, is it? I'm just gonna do some kitchen stuff and we'll reconvene in a minute. Look at my strawberry ice cream. Look at the color of the strawberries. Isn't it beautiful? This is my first try at this. I hope it tastes good. Guys, we've hit the end of the day. We did it. We made it through Wednesday. Tomorrow's our kids' last day of school. There's so much going on school-wise. It's going to be a bit of a big day. So I'm going to wrap up the vlog here, get an early night and crawl into bed with a complicated kindness, which I'm really excited about. Oh, I need to pick a bookmark to go with it, with the blue and the chickens. Here's my little bookmark thing. It's not quite as big as Doris's, but I don't know. This guy? There could be a chicken in there somewhere. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna go to bed. It's been really nice hanging out with you today. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow unless you're totally sick of me and can't be bothered watching another Vlogs video, which I totally get, by the way. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good night.